Aloha, Richard Halverson here, and this is ITS387P, and today is February 3rd, and so let me share my screen. Screen 3. And let's see, so La Lima, I'm so behind in this course, I'm sorry. I finally posted up the videos links here. We've only done 2 videos in this class. And they're also, of course, in the resources. And then also these videos, the videos for this class are posted on YouTube and they're public. So you can actually just probably find them on my channel if I forget to post them up. I don't, the only course I don't make public is my ICS 101 because a long time ago I got in trouble because I used to, the publisher said that in my videos I post too much of the solutions to the greater projects, and so they asked me to unlist them because other instructors around the country were complaining. So anyway, but I don't have that problem with Zybooks. So so today we're actually in let me open up the chat. So we're in week 4 already, and we're supposed to be in chapter 4, but we're still in chapter 3. I think I just got up to like section 3.3 or something. And I wasn't going to spend a lot of time in these chapters, but I think it's a good idea to spend them because there's nothing wrong with you have to do the assignments anyway. And there's nothing wrong with sitting and hearing stuff and sort of reinforcing stuff that you already know. It's kind of like when you watch a movie twice, you still learn new stuff about the movie, even though you know how it ends. So anyway, so next week I'm going to have 2 classes. Okay, I'll hold two classes, 2 ITS387P classes, and so you can go, and the idea is you go to this cansit.in, and make sure you mark, go in and I changed it so it's let's see. I changed it so I just put all the times here, and these times for sure I can't do it this semester, but all the other times, lots of times I can meet, like on Monday. Lots of times I cannot meet on Monday. So anyway, and sometimes I can't meet on Friday, but I'll figure that out. But if you just put the time, now this is only if you want to attend the class. If you don't want to attend the class, if you are happy just watching the videos, or you otherwise don't care when I hold classes, and if you're available, you'll come, and if you're not, you won't. Then don't fill out the form. Then, in fact, if you filled out the form, go in and uncheck everything because that because that that's the most flexible. If you weren't considered. But anyway, and you can also go to this website just to remember what day the class is. So today the class is this day. It's this time, and so next week I'll have it twice at least. Why? Because we're still in chapter 3, and next week we're supposed to be done with chapter 4, right? Because that's this week. So next week we're supposed to start chapter 5. So that means I have to do chapter 4 first, and then I'll do chapter 5. So maybe we should start getting into some more interesting stuff. And then it's not until really we get into some of this stuff here, some of this stuff where it really starts to get more interesting, where it's new stuff I don't think you've had before. stuff maybe you've never seen before. All right, so so let's open up the web. So let's last time I think we ended around chapter 3. If I open up the video and I stop it, let's see, stop it. Am I wearing the same shirt? Wait. How embarrassing! I'm wearing the same shirt. Okay, anyway, yeah, I haven't taken a shower in a week. So I started. So this is what I do is, and this is a trick you can use this too. You find where the start of Zybooks is, click on it, and you look up at the top. And so I started at section 2.1, and I got all the way to about section 3.3. Okay, so I ended at section 3.3. And so let's take a look at what section 3.3 was. Common form widgets. Am I sharing my screen? Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, so, form widget. Oh, they call them widgets, so that's nice. Okay, so checkboxes. So did we not cover this? I think I can't remember. Don't recall covering this, but and in fact, I don't remember the depth at which I was covering it before. Let me go to the last one to see if it reminds me. Okay, form, method, post. I probably mentioned that if it's post, you don't see the data, the form data in the URL, or if it's a get method, you do. Oh, here we talked about the get method looks like this, whereas form is it's just gonna go to here, and then this data is gonna be sent differently in a packet. Differently. Okay, so okay, so we talked about text boxes and text areas, and text boxes. Text boxes are just one tag, and it's a text status. It's type text, and then you can put a style. You can throw a style tag in there, which I guess is CSS, which we'll learn next week, I guess. To size it, make it any size you want. You can change the font of inside it and everything. But these are important attributes that all input tags have. The ID is a very important attribute. Name is a very important attribute. Type is a very important attribute, and so is value. Placeholder is good just for text types. And what placeholder does is it puts some text inside the text box in a faint gray to give the user a hint. Oh, like this right here. See this your status thing. See that's this. And then as soon as the user clicks on it, it goes away. So, and it doesn't get sent as data. So that's the placeholder attribute. Now ID is if your JavaScript, you're going to want to access this tag or this entity, this HTML element. You're going to want to access that thing. You're going to want to find out what's typed in it. You're going to want to just stuff like that. And so to get at those attributes in your JavaScript, you have to every tag has a unique ID, and that's what the ID field is. That's what this field is. What the name field is when the person, when you submit the form to the server, and it comes in, these name value pairs come in. The name for this one is going to be status, and the value is going to be whatever the person typed in the field. So that's the name value pair. So it's not this, kid. The ID field is how a JavaScript inside the browser references this HTML element, form element, but then the name is the name of the name value pair that gets sent to the server when this tag, the value of this that's in that text box gets sent to the server. So that's what's important there. And this connects. This is for. Really sure. I don't use this. Just it associates a label with a text box. I'm not completely sure why you do that, to be honest with you. So anyway, okay, and so this is a text box, and a text area is the same thing, except for you have a beginning and an end tag. So in text area, you actually have an end tag, and so what you can do in a text area is you can put in you can put something in here, and it'll okay. So instead of the placeholder, right now the placeholder is showing, but if you want to actually put something in the text area, you can do that, and then of course the placeholder doesn't appear. So anyway, so for inputting data, and I don't know. I say that you should know HTML well enough just to be able to start typing out some HTML code. You should be able to create a web page, not fancy, but at least a decent looking form, just from scratch, sort of. Okay, I say that, and I don't know if the reason I say that is because I think it's a very important thing for you to know how to do, if you're going to do anything with web pages, or I don't know if I'm saying it because I could do it. I started writing HTML in the 90s, and so I know this stuff off the top of my head, and I don't know too many things, that I've learned recently, like just off the top of my head. Like with Python, I oftentimes have to go find some code just to remember, and I use Google a lot, but I don't with and with HTML especially, because you can always go to any web page and whatever, view the source. I don't know why I did that, but you can go to a web page and view the source and grab HTML out of here. Most of the time you can do that. Maybe not with this one. But anyway, here's my web page here, and you can view the source. I don't know why it makes you do that. So anyway, so this here is all code this is code I wrote. I just wrote this out. But this is code that's generated from PHP code. It's a PHP page, and so I don't bother putting in the returns and everything to make it look nice, because I don't care how it looks, because it's generated from PHP code. All right. Anyway, okay. So let's start with and I think we may have covered 3.3 last time. It's how to make checkboxes, and as I remember telling you that a checkbox will either send a value of on if it's checked, or it won't send anything if it's unchecked. Okay, that's key. It won't send anything if it's unchecked. It's like the form doesn't even have the checkbox on it. So don't be expecting a name with a value of empty, okay, or even of null, or of empty space. It's not even gonna have the name. Okay, so for a checkbox, if a checkbox has a name and it's not checked, it doesn't even send the name of the name value pair. So here we go. So in this case, if it's it'll send if it's checked, it'll send item 2 equals on. Oh, it's not checked here. Now, if you can I change this? I can. If you don't want it to say on, if you want it to say, eggs, or whatever, then you can put a value field in there, and have the value be eggs or whatever, and then when it's checked, item 1 equals eggs, so otherwise the default's to on. Yeah. Okay, so that's okay, and a radio button is like a checkbox. You connect the radio buttons up together by having the same name, and then what that does is it makes it so only one of these can be checked. If the user checks one of these, it unchecks the rest of them. So only one is checked at a time, and that's like the radio in a car. In the old days, there was a radio, and you press a button, and it's that idea. And having the name be the same sort of connects them all together. And so here it's actually sending a value for whichever one is selected. Okay. Now they're still going to have different ID fields or ID attributes because they're different. They're actually different elements. I mean, this is the first radio button element. The second one is the third one. So the IDs are going to be different, but you have the names be the same because the name is the name part of the name value pair that gets sent to the server when the submit button is pressed. And so if this radio button is on, or it's selected, or it was clicked on and it's on, then the name value pair that gets sent is going to be restaurants equals Starbucks. All right, so now oh, this should, how is this going to work? Different names. Is there a way to test it? Anyway, I just got my shot today, my Fauci ouchie, and my mouth is really dry, so that might be an after whatever. Anyway, so I'm not sure how this handles, but I think the way it works is you I don't think you can uncheck these radio buttons. I don't think so. So how am I going to test that? Well, let's test it. I'm going to open up my browser here. Let me open up a web page. Here's a web page. I'm going to copy this into the web page. Copy. Get rid of this. And do I need HTML around it? Not really. I'm going to save this on the web on my desktop. Save as desktop test.html. And then I'm going to go to my browser. Can I do this now? I'll just find it. Find it. Here we go. And I'm going to open it. I'm going to open it with whatever. I guess Chrome is okay. And so here it is. Now when I click on this, yeah, see, it doesn't go. Okay, that's what I thought. And this one, they all go on, see. Yeah, okay. What you have to do is you have to make the names be the same. say that, then only one of them will be on. And then when you see, what happens when I submit this? Oh yeah, oh, so here it shows up here with the, so form, it's a method equals get. So check one is on radio, these are names, okay? So if I go like this now, and I go like this, look at radio one turns to 3. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so, and then select is where it's like a radio button where the name, just one name value pair is going to go, and it's going to be, this is going to be the name, and the value is going to be the one that's selected. And this has got a multiple, so a multiple can be selected. I'm curious about this. I want to see what this looks like. Copy. I'm going to paste it over into my form here. Okay, there's a select. And I'm going to save this. And I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to hit refresh. And okay, all right, so red, and I'm going to hold the control key down and put yellow, and then I'm going to click submit. Okay, this is how it goes. Flag cup, the 2 name value pairs. I always wondered about that. All right, so anyway, very good. Buttons. Value. Button type. What's the name? Huh. Now, this is actually not as odd as you might think, because you lots of times have these things here, a button that's kind of out of nowhere, and if it's inside a form, then something probably is going to go back to the server. But really, what it could be being used for is JavaScript. It's to signal. It's an input to JavaScript in the browser itself. And in that case, this should have an ID, but it doesn't have an ID. So here, I think that this is just showing you about how to stylize, how to use an image to be a button. So type equals button. This is this one, and this is this one. I wonder what home pin looks like. Anyway, okay, password is exactly like a text, except for when you type in and it looks like that. Duh. All right. Field set. Does that make them all the same? Okay, I think it's just a way to put a nice box around it and name it. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the value of grouping them together is. I don't know what that does functionally. All right, add a checkbox associated with each label. The first checkbox should have the name. Let's see, am I still in what check? I'm still in section 3.3, aren't I? So you're supposed to put a checkbox here and a checkbox here. Oh, let me just start this. Okay, I haven't done one of these yet. Okay, so I'm supposed to put a checkbox here, huh? And I put something here to connect it to the label. For the office, value. Oh, no, ID, right? ID, like cats, got it. ID equals like, ID equals like cats. And, okay, what did I do wrong? I didn't put a value. I didn't put a value in there. Testing the name attribute. Testing name attribute of first checkbox. Yours and expected differ. Yours has no value. The name attribute. Oh, the name attribute. It should be like cats. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, I can't. Can I not fix it? Okay. Anyway. So I forgot the name value. Name. So it should be the name is the same as the ID. All right. The name attribute of the second. Oh, same thing. Oh, I'm supposed to check the second checkbox. Okay, got it. All right. So So are they going to give me a chance to try again? Okay. So I'm going to say value. No, name. Initially checked. Okay. Name checked. Oh, good. I got all the points. All right. So anyway, you can do that one. All right. Let's get into some new stuff here. Additional form widgets. Okay. Oh, a date picker. An input picker is a widget that allows the user to interactively pick a choice using a pop-up or other guided selection method. A date picker is an input picker that allows the user to enter a date. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know about this. Where's some code? No way. All right, really. Well, look at that. I had no idea. That's just built into HTML now. Really, let me open up. I suppose I should look at copy, paste. Yep, works on Opera. It even works on Opera. Okay, I believe it. Well, you learn something new every day. Okay, so those are interesting new widgets. I can think all kinds of uses for that. Time to rewrite a bunch of code. I wonder what it looks like when it comes back at you. Okay, so I'm going to say, oh, is there a name? Did I put a name? Name equals date picker. And I can do save, and I can do refresh, and I do this and this. February 10th. No, I'm going to do February 10th. No, I'm going to do July. Submit. Oh, look at that. In MySQL format too. In database form, date format. That's great. All right. Anyway, fantastic. So that's a color picker. That looks interesting. That's good. Number input. Okay, I knew about this. Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. So you can have min and max attributes. Okay, great. Yeah, you can put min and max attributes here too. Okay. God, I have all kinds of forms where you enter the birth date or they enter the registration date or whatever. All right, so telephone, I knew about that. Email, yes. Puts up a different set of different keyboard. Allows entering the time more easily. All right, anyway, that's interesting. Okay, so those are some extra widgets, some attributes. Yeah, regular expressions. We should probably cover those sometime. Okay, so these are some other kinds of attributes or attributes to these widgets. If the date input element is not supported by a particular browser, of course it does. All right. So if any of these things if the browser doesn't support any of these fancy things that this is for additional form widgets, then it's going to be a text box. Audio and video, these are just being able to put in things, and you use this embed and object tags. I don't think there's Flash anymore, is there? So an audio element. Okay, that's nice. Different audio formats, MP3. Okay. So that's how you put audio on your website. Put video on your website. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's how you do it, huh? Can I, does this work? No, that won't work. That's just a YouTube. I'm sure this won't work. No, it's not working. I have to actually put an MP4 here. And I don't have any MP4s out there in the world. All right, so anyway, oh, here we go. Showing YouTube videos, iframe, of course. Yeah, I knew that. Do I need some more info? Oh, well. Oh, well, anyway, you can get that to work. Script. Okay, script is, of course, JavaScript. And style is CSS. So CSS is chapter 4. And script is JavaScript, which is this one, chapter 5, 6. Should always have closing tags. Avoid self-closing tags, huh? Good. You should use quotes for attribute values instead of that. You don't need quotes if there's no space. This won't work. All right, preference, personal preference. Okay, so these are good, best practices kind of thing. All right, let's see what some of the these labs look like. This would be a nice thing to go through, where you create pages for all 3 of these. So you can look in the lower right, you see down, right down here. Yeah, you can see this, right? You can see where my arrow is right down there. When I roll my mouse over, that goes to the home section. So it's like that's a web page, isn't it? What happens if I... Oh, that's the inside. Okay, what happens if I right-click and open in a new tab? Ooh, look at that. Open in a new tab. Ooh. Doesn't like that. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Anyway, this is a great system here. You just type your code in and Okay, anyway, so let's check out, I'd like to check out a grader project here. 3.9, let's see, do I have my grader project notes here? 3.9. Okay, so create a web page about one of your favorite musicians, similar to the example below. Depeche Mode fan page. Depeche Mode is an English, okay, fan page. Okay, you're supposed to create that. Use header tags with H1 tags that contains the musician's name. Main has 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph gives some background. The second paragraph has a link and the footer. Okay. Title. Okay. And when we're done, we're supposed to drag the answer here. Okay, and we're supposed to start with this. Okay, let's pull this down. Download. All right, let's put this on the desktop. I'm going to go to the desktop, this PC desktop, and I'm going to create a folder called ITS387P. And I'm going to go in there and dump this. And then I'm going to find it. Here it is. And I'm going to open it up. And it opens up to this. And I'm going to extract it right to the same place. And it opens up, and here it is. And what does this look like? First let's see what this looks like in the browser. Might as well just open it with. What does the source look like? Oh, cool. All right, that's nice. So yeah, let me just open this up in Notepad. So here we are. That's what it looks like. My solution goes there. All right, so I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put the instructions here. And I have to do a, let's see. I got to put a title. Let me get rid of this. Oh, I got to put a header, a head. There's no head. Well, I'm going to put a head. Head. That's what it's called, right? Oh, jeez. Let me go back to. Is this going to make me? Yeah, it's head. So there's the head section. There's a head section in an HTML document, and then there's a body section. And in the solution they give me, there's no head section. Well, I'm going to put a head section in. It's fine. And so, and inside the head section, I'm going to put my title. And the title is going to be, I guess I'll just do Depeche Mode. I can't think of who my favorite artist is. It's a long time ago. So I'm going to do Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode fan webpage. I wonder what this is gonna, how this is gonna test. Okay, so I'm gonna say Joe Schmo fan, Joe Schmo fan website. And that's the title. I think it's just gonna look for these elements. There's that. And then we're done with the head. And then we have a body. Okay, and then, oops, we have a body. And we have an end body. Okay, and inside the body here, we have to have a header. And with every header, there's an unheader. And we need to have a main. It says right here, main. And inside, we got to have a couple paragraphs, 2 paragraphs. So there's a main and an unmain. And then there's a paragraph and an unparagraph. And another paragraph and unparagraph. Okay, so those are the, oh, and then a footer, a footer and an unfooter. Okay, so I'm going to say, what should be in, oh, there should be an H1 in here. H1 and an un-H1. And it can be on the same line or not. But okay, so now I'm going to put Joseph Schmoseph, whatever, Smo, whatever, web page, and add different. See, I don't think it actually looks at this. And so that's the header. Joe Schmo was born and he lived and he died. And this is the fake website. Oh, it's got to have some links. Okay. So the is going to link to, where's the link? Oh, no links? No easy link? All right, well, this is the fake website and this is the real one. And so for a link, it says you're going to have 2 links. That was, yeah, oh, 2 links, I like that, okay. So fake website, href equals some website, and this is the end of the A tag, and this is another href equals some website, and this is the end of it. Oops, it's got to be a backslash or a regular forward slash. Okay, so that's that, and then the footer's got to say this website is fake news. Okay, so now let's save this, and let me oh, it's here. Here we go. Joe Schmo webs. Okay, Joe Schmo. Okay, all right. So I'm going to submit this because I want to see, you know, what I can get away with. Okay, where do I submit it? I would submit it here. Drag here. Okay. All right, where is that thing? Is it here? Oh, here it is. So drag here. All right. right, drag there. Okay, submit for grading. Just thinking hard. Wow. Submission, all tests pass. What do you know? There's a header in the body. There's an H1 tag in the header. There is a main tag in the body. There's some P tag in the body, or in the main. P tag does contain text. Okay, it wasn't just an empty P tag. That's nice. Tricky. All right. Oh, I only needed one A tag. And with an href attributes. It's got to. Oh, did I put any links there? I don't think I put. I didn't even put a link. I didn't even put a URL, and it passed. Okay. Well, anyway, gee, I better start looking at what you submit. No, actually, all right. So that's fine. So that's how easy it is to get it right. Okay. So let's look at this one. A form for joining a social network. Ugh. So this is what the form looks like. It's got a join. It's got a. Okay. So I got to use label tags. Div around each label. All right, so let me just see if I can make all right, so let's see what this is going to look like. Does it give me something to download? Oh, gives me both these things. Okay, great. So I'm going to do download, and I'm going to put them inside here, inside my ITS387P folder that I just created. And I don't need this one anymore. Let me go over here, and it's this one. So I'm going to unzip it. And then I'm going to say extract, and then here it is. Okay, so I got these two things. What does this look like I made? This is next week. Oops, I didn't mean to open it with that. I meant to open it with this. Nice. Anyway, we're going to be working on, I gotta get rid of this junk and open this one. All right, here we go. Oh, look, it starts me out. Oh, doesn't even. Okay, so now what do? I'm supposed to. So I need to use a post method multi-part form data enc type. So that means, that's okay. Here's add the form below. So I'm adding a form. Got it. Okay. Form method equals post. Action equals some URL, and enc type multi-part form data. You know, since we're covering multi-part form data in here, I need to. So now I owe it to you to actually write later on when we're doing PHP. We're going to be writing PHP code to accept data, you know, from the forms that we create. We create forms now. We're gonna write code for the other side, and now I owe it to you to have us write some PHP code that will accept a picture. You upload a picture, and a couple pictures maybe. And so that's why, so we have to be able to recognize this ENC type multi-part data, form data. And, you know, anyway, there's a, you know, methods, already existing methods to take care of it and everything, but it's just kind of tricky. Okay, so that's the form. That's the beginning of the form. There's an ending for the form. And then we're going to have to do use a div to surround each label and form widget. Okay, so we're going to have a bunch of divs here. Div, undiv. And so inside there's going to be like a label, and a label for something, and then the name, like full name. I'm talking about this one right here. Full name, and that's the end of the label. And then right along with that label, we have to have the input tag type. I'll wrap this up here. Right? I won't finish up, but I'll start it. Input type equals text, and ID equals something, and name equals the same something probably. And is this a required field? Does it say? Okay, the solution gave me something that doesn't look like it's necessary, so I'm gonna leave it out. All right, so it's gonna look like that. And does it tell me what we want the names to be? No, we don't. So email. Okay, got it. So this can be anything. It can be full name. But if that's full name, then this should be full name, and this should be full name. And that's one div. So we need another div here for email address. And let's call this email. Oops. Let's see. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave the rest for you to do. You have to do about you, and this is a text area, and then we have to do we have to do photo, and this is the image. This is the upload for the the picture, and so it's a file type. Does it tell you that input? Here this, and then yeah, that's this one. The input, the type is file. Does it tell you what all the it tells you what there. Full name, email, about, and file. Oh, no, not file. Picture, but the type is file. So what we're saying is that time is done. Something, and so this one's going to be about you or something. And so it's telling you here, we want to name that about, as they'd say in Canada, about. And but this is text area. So this is, it's like this, text area. And then there's got to be an anti-text area, I believe. And you got to put some columns and rows here. Oops. Call equals something and rows equals something. You got to fill that in. And this last one is going to be the, this is going to be for picture. The name of it is picture. Picture. I'll put the picture here. I'll put the picture here. This is going to be photo. And, but we got to do the type as file. And that's going to make it look like this. And then we need to submit. So you can put the submit in, but let's see what this looks like. Save this and go to here and go, oh, I didn't, oh, there, that's okay. So let's see what this looks like. Open with, I'll just open. Not bad, pretty close. Ooh. All right, anyway, so I think I've covered chapter 3 pretty good. And so I will close this up here. And next week I'll have 2 classes and we'll cover chapter 4 and start into chapter 5. And I don't know, we might need to be spending more time. What's chapter 4? Oh, look, next week is it's actually a 2-weeker. So we should be able to catch up. Anyway, but I'm still going to have 2 classes next week. All right, any questions? Okay, so see you next time. Thank you.